Hi everyone, and here today the video is gonna be about the full moon in Gemini. We're gonna have a look at what the main energies are, and then I'm gonna give some insights for each and every sign. I'd like to thank Nadiya for inviting me back on the channel. It's very much appreciated. Thank you so much, Nadiya. Thank you also, you guys, for all the positive comments and the feedback on the previous video. I'm very grateful for it. So yeah, let's just get into it. So throughout the lunar cycle, the full moon is especially important because that's the very moment where all the light of the sun is reflected by the moon. So all that you have on the inside is able to be, to come up to the surface and to be reflected by others in your outer environment. So you have both creators of the zodiac, so the moon and the sun, who represents first the sun represents the person you want to be, the person you are, the person you want to become, your situation in this life, what you love to do and how you envision yourself like. And the moon is the one who animates everything, give life to everything. So when they meet, it's really like, like creating a child, like creating you have your purpose, the sun meeting up with the moon, and they agree on something when they conjunct. So when it's the time of the new moon, it's the time of creating something. We agree to create something that you're passionate about in a specific sign, so a specific, field of your life. And so for the full moon, that's when you receive your answers. So their union, the conjunction during the new moon, is actually culminating at the time of the full moon, when it's literally the most important conversation that the sun and the moon are going to have before meeting up for a new cycle. And so it's really like the sun is asking the moon, okay, how do you feel about all this? But the moon is just reflecting to the sun, its own light. And are you on the path? Are you on the right path? Are you happy with what you're doing? So the moon is able to show the feelings related to what the sun actually is living and what he wants to create through this cycle and through our day-to-day experience. And the sun is like, yeah, okay, how do you feel about all this? And the moon is, are you feeling happy? Are you feeling, purposeful? Are you feeling, that you are owning your own light and, doing what you want to, what you want to create? And so that's when you have feelings that come up to the surface that maybe shows some resistance, or it's the moon saying to you, this is what you need to work on. This is still not something that is owned, or something that is blocking your creation. So that's a really important time to take notes and to understand what's going on within your own self. And so that's why the full moon is such an important time frame for the cycle to analyze yourself, literally. So what's really important as well is paying attention to the axis of this full moon. And so here it's the Sagittarius and Gemini axis. It gives, of course, a lot of insight of what the flavor of this full moon is going to be like. And so the Sagittarius and Gemini is really about interest and knowledge. So they are both mutable signs. It's really about an ability to transform and to flow with the movement of life. It's not about being fixed and not I stick to my position. No, it's being able to just move through life and be able to shift and to adapt a lot. With people, situations, they have like a better ability than other signs, cardinal or fixed signs, to do so. So that's going to be the theme as well for this full moon, your ability to just go with the flow, especially because we have other aspects which I'm going to touch on in a minute. And so, yeah, the Gemini and Sagittarius axis is really about knowledge. It's really about your interests in life. So they are complementary in the sense, complementary, yeah, they complement each other. And so, because they complement each other, in the sense where the Gemini is really the fun sign of the zodiac, who is just able to just take things very lightly and not, over process everything. And, it's just, yeah, it's just fun. Let's just connect, like literally random things. Gemini are able to connect things like words or, IDs, with like two items with like most of people would be like, yeah, they have nothing in common. Gemini is going to be the one that instantly find links between things. And so that's why they're so witty and clever, is because their ability to connect things and people as well, and to connect with people as well themselves, is really good, because they just see connections and similarities way better than other signs. Also, Gemini is really curious about learning a lot of things. So, for example, they love to, they have a lot of interest usually, and it's really about experiencing life with fun. Oh, I like this. This is cool. I want to try. Oh, and let me just like read about this topic. It seems nice to learn about a little. But it's like literally like taking small pieces of things. So that's why on the more negative side, they tend to not go, deeper, and they stay on the surface. Not to not to mean that they're superficial, not at all, but usually it's more like taking things a little bit here and there and connect the dots. They're very very good at this, but not really so much like staying and sticking with an information and digging deep and like learning out of it. No, no, no. They're just like they love to learn a lot of topics, and a lot of, yeah, they have a lot of interest. On the opposite sign, Sagittarius is the one that wants to learn also, but for a purpose. Sagittarius is not interested in just like reading randomly and not really, yeah, knowing what's going on. No, no, no. If they learn about something, it has to make them become wiser. It's for a purpose. It's for becoming a better person. It's to make them themselves think about things after this. So they will not only think about the information that they have read or learned about, but they love that this information is actually making them think about life in general, and opening their mind to, "Oh, you know what, maybe I should, yeah, maybe this is interesting, oh, maybe that's why." So it's in a very different energy that they will love to, not especially go deeper into the knowledge, but that the knowledge is useful for something, and for them, not just to collect data, but to actually make them become someone that has learned something. And yeah, to become a wise person, a person that will be able after that to teach others about their own experience, and what they have analyzed through their own data collect. So yeah, it's a very different energy, but they are both related to uh, the mind. Gemini is going to be the one that is quick and witty in the mind, and to just, yeah, just have a quick insights and quick answers, and back and forth, and question answers. Oh, okay, that's, yeah, jump from a topic to another, and to keep things light, and to have a mind that is very very active. And Sagittarius is going to be the one that is really a more calm mind, but that expands the vision of the mind and your view on the world. It's exactly like, when you go travel and you meet other cultures, or it's just, it makes you reflect your own culture and your own personality, or your, so you learn a lot, not only about other cultures, but actually about your own when you travel. And so your mind is, see, that's the mind expansion, where you are not just traveling for fun. And of course it's good to travel just for fun, but it's also about, yeah, learning how the whole world function, and how different everything can be in, in different parts of the planet. So yeah, Sagittarius is very good at this, the mind expansion. So now let's have a look at the ruler. The ruler is the boss of the full moon, because it's the full moon in Gemini. It's going to be Mercury. So we're gonna have a look at what Mercury is doing. Mercury is squaring up to Neptune. So everyone is like, no, but it's okay. It's okay. Because for each and every planet, you always have a scale of energy, of energies that of course, if you tap in the lower, you know, energies of Neptune, it's gonna be like, oh, deception and, yeah, deceit and not knowing what's going on. But if you work on your Neptune and you actually let go of your Neptune and you accept it, then it can be the highest frequency of, just pure detachment, but in a very healthy way. It's actually helping you to become the person you need to become if you want to realize your dreams. So I personally had, my share of Neptune transit. And of course, at the beginning, it's very hard because you feel like, oh, but why? Why is this happening to me? I don't understand. And if you are not a person that, let go easily, then of course, it's gonna, be a little bit tough. But when you learn how to let go and, just trust life and know that sometimes you need to go this way to be able to go this way after, it's going to be very easy. So when you have the ruler and here Mercury, so it's going to be the mind and how we process and think about things, how we make sense of the situation of the full moon, then because it's square up to Neptune, because it's square up to Neptune, uh, it's not going to be like, oh, my mind is sharp. I know I have the best ideas that will stick and that will, just stay, and that's it. I found the solution. And no, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be very much opening your mind, because it's also the sun in Sagittarius, opening our mind to, just possibilities and what we are going to be able uh, to do with our current situation, not meaning that everything is going to be doable, but just opening the mind to different options that maybe you haven't considered before. And so with Neptune, our processing, skill is going to be just relax, just don't, even if you don't have the details, because really Neptune square up to Mercury is really not about the details, but it's really good for, just, I don't know, maybe reading about meditation, doing yoga, very much, just letting go, being easy with yourself, gentle with yourself, just also video, and everything that is connected with art in itself, or just dance, just music, if you're a writer, if you a poet, if you're writing a movie, all that kind of things, just just chill. And if you work in a more you know real, not real, but in like office job or something like this, then just maybe just take it easy and be like, I don't need to know everything that is going on, but at least I know that I'm cared for, I'm protected by life. It's Neptune is really, 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 really your trust in life as well, and that you are in the hands of the universe, and that you're on the right path. Even if, sometimes you take some, turns and you don't understand why, then it's all good. You will be, back on track very soon. Mercury actually entered shadow just like I think 2 days before, couple of days before, and so he's gonna have that conversation with Neptune a couple of more times, and so it, it's a pattern. It's gonna be a pattern. This is just like, okay, open your mind, with things, trust life with Neptune, and just take it as an inspiration. It's really about the why do I want to go this way? I don't understand. You don't need to understand. It's all good. We don't have to know how every cell function in our body to live an amazing, experience. We don't have to know, how the sun rise or set. It's good. You don't need to, you know, stress about things. Neptune is really good also for people who are stressed and maybe who need to yeah, maybe to heal. It's really good if you have, of course, if you live by the sea, or to just take time and connect with the water. You can connect there. You can also draw. It's really good for drawing as well. I've seen a lot of people with Mercury and Neptune, which their drawing is very good, but it's like a little bit blurry. And the traits of the drawing, it's not like not sharp like you would find when Mercury connects with Pluto. It's really, yeah, it's really soft, and take it easy. It's all about gentleness. Yeah, Mercury and squaring up to Neptune is really about your spiritual connection. So you could really also have a breakthrough in this matter. Uh, just just completely surrender and be like, I get it now. I get it that life is just something that is a dream that I want to, create in the real, world. But it's also so much more. It's not just, it's we're all one and it's all connected, and there is no like, it's the present moment, and it's just love, just light. It's just compassion and love to the highest form. Uh, of course, if you are already a person that tends to have negative thoughts, or to you sacrifice a lot yourself for others, I would say then just make sure that you don't have that you switch those thoughts to connect with you know the universe in itself. It's not just about people. It's always, always, always your own relationship with life itself before anything else. Now we also have another aspect that I absolutely love for this full moon. The full moon is actually square up to Saturn, and Saturn is my favorite planet. It's the best because Saturn is actually gonna help us to build everything we want and everything we dream about. So see how Neptune is the one that dreams, but Saturn is the one that actually is like, okay, let's get into work and let's make it real. So Saturn in this situation, you have the sun, the moon, and the square to Saturn from the sun and from the moon makes it the apex planet. And which means that the conversation that the sun and the moon are going to have, and so the reflection of emotion and what is going to come up to the surface, Saturn is in the conversation. It's like sun and the moon are facing each other, like it would be like with two characters, right? Just talking in this conversation, the Saturn is actually right in the middle of those two, and he's like making sure the situation happens. Like it would be like, I don't know, two football players, right? From opposite teams, and like just talking with each other. If you have the referee, like just standing in the middle of those two, they're not gonna have the same conversation, right? So that's exactly how, like, the this is gonna play out. It's Saturn will make sure that, okay, you guys, the mind and expansion and data collector and everything, it's good, but let's make something out of this, and let's make sure that it's not just all up in the air. and that the situation is actually something that is going to be beneficial for the long term. Saturn has actually already traced those degrees in Pisces. So now it's really the final steps that he's taking in this part of the sign. And so now he just wants to just move forward now. So everything that has been processed and all of it throughout the retrograde, now it's time to, okay, now it's entering the life and now it's happening. Another aspect that is very important during this full moon is the fact that Mars is still very close to the sun. They conjunct in the sign of Scorpio 2 weeks ago, around 2 weeks ago. And so they're still very close. So they still have that heat, that you feel like, oh, the situation, the sun, now you feel like everything is moving forward and everything has like a drive, and you are super motivated to actually create things and to yeah, put things in motion, especially because it's in the fire sign, the sign of Sagittarius now. It's really like, but look what we can do. And so this push of seeing all the other options and what you could do, and opening your, I don't know, for example, if you have a business, it's really about, but maybe we could sell this as well, maybe we should like order more things like this, and so we can connect like more people, maybe we should have extra, it's all about like thinking about new items, new products, new. And so once again, it doesn't mean that everything will be doable, but at least you open your mind to new ideas. And so new, fresh energy can enter and gives you a new, yeah, a new forward motion, a new push, And so Mars is making sure that that you have the engine is turned on, right? So yeah, to move forward and to make things happen. Mars is actually very close to Saturn. It's a very tight orb in the sky during this full moon, and so Saturn makes sure that they actually just had the exact square, but it's still very much like in the air. And so it's really about the action that you're taking are serious, and it's really, I want to create this, and I know I can do it, and I know that this is going to be like something that I will reap rewards from in the coming months, coming years, and maybe your lifetime. Mars in Sagittarius is super motivated to go see his every option and to put things in motion, but because it's uh, everything. I want everything. It may lack, focus in Sagittarius. It's very good to, expand what he's going to be able to go get, but it lacks structure, just, Mars in itself. But with a square to Saturn, it's perfect because it's a perfect mix of yeah, opening your options, seeing every option possible, but still having a sense of structure, and uh, you require a certain quality to it, that you don't just go for anything. So that's why Saturn is so good, and especially in the sign of Pisces, because it's really about making our dreams real. And so the sign of Sagittarius is really good to just make us reach for more that we think we are actually doing. And Saturn is not, it's not saying, no, you cannot, no, you cannot, no, you cannot. It's like, if you want it, then you work for it. So it's really different. Saturn is not just like, the bad guy saying no to everything, and like, no, it's just like, okay, if you want something that is pushing the borders, or like pushing something that yeah, you want to make more out of who you are, and then that's let's go get it and let's get to work and let's make it serious, not just, saying like, oh, everything is so cool, everything is amazing, like, the Santa Claus and, the Christmas movies, right? It's like, okay, let's actually make it real. So that's why it's a very, I think this full moon is actually going to be a very nice balance of things. So to sum up, this full moon is really much about a balance between uh, the actions that you're taking and where you feel like the wind is blowing, and all the doors that are now opening up for you. And, yeah, all the options that you consider, especially in your work because of Saturn. And so this square is actually asking you to, not work, more, but work better, work faster. Uh, but the mind and, the actual details of, the contracts and the quantities and, okay, but where exactly? And, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to move, oh, I haven't find the, the precise, like, the ad yet, or, all that kind of stuff. It's all right. Just go with the flow. Neptune is actually, just allowing, the universe to just do its thing and to maybe, bring you certain news, because it's the full moon is in Gemini, that will make you rethink, maybe, especially because Mercury entered shadow. Um, Rethink and take another path. Just for now, just take it chill. Your actions and what you want to create, what you want to, make out of your, life force and your energy is in the right direction, and just require from yourself to tap into, better, yeah, action. Work less is really about your energy, Mars. It's like, what do you want to do with it? Saturn is like, take time to, honor your energy and to, yeah, use it for a purpose, for a long-term purpose. But the mind, maybe you don't have all the answers right now, and it's all good. Don't worry about this. The Gemini energy is gonna help us to really have that lightness. So it's just, just connect. Just don't. It's actually a really good time if you want to, write what's going on in your life right now, uh, or, just draw, just a vision board. It would be such a good thing to do right now. What's so good with the vision board is like you can actually put everything you want, and it's not like, oh, I need to do this. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, right? Just require that, a better quality, or, to surround yourself with better things, people, energy. This is very important. Maybe a better lifestyle as well. But don't, overthink and, I need to do it, I need to, have all the answers right now. Not at all. Mercury is gonna, retrograde anyway, and so you will, reprocess a lot of things. But definitely the actions that you're taking and the direction is good. So trust this, trust life for sure. And yeah, but be more, you know picky with, your dream and your goal. You deserve more, you deserve more. Saturn is now really, uh, making sure that you you know you understood the quality of your energy and who you are. So don't connect with just anything and random things, right? So yeah, that's gonna be a very good full moon. And now let's get into each and every sign. So for Aries, this is really about your own thinking pattern. This is in your third house of, communication and siblings. And with this energy, with so much energy in your ninth house of knowledge and mind expansion, this really resonates with actually you, because the third house is the house of Mercury. And so, your sisters or cousin and people in your neighborhood could really be the ones just, no, they're just revealing something to you that makes you, just get in like 1 second that, well, you know what, this actually shifts my own perspective and on life. And especially because Saturn, it's gonna, is traveling through your 12th house. It's really about cutting addictions, and just building a better spiritual life for you, for your own evolution. So it's very good to, just, do yoga and, all that kind of meditation, and, just go walk in nature if you have like, the chance to live close to nature. Just for sure, go to the mountain, or, go to the sea, and, just walk and just take time for yourself. And yeah, Saturn is really now uh, makes you understand how you need to, the energy is very important. So pay attention to what's going on. uh, those people that I've mentioned are really the ones that are going to be able to make you realize a lot of things. For Taurus people, it's happening in your second house and eighth house. So the second and eighth house axis. So the finances houses, and Saturn is in your 11th house. So it can really be about how your friends, you know, show you, or are the trigger for your self-worth, and how you feel like you are considered by others, and how you know place value in your own self. And so yeah, it's gonna be like something here that makes you like just realize something about your own value, and it's about the worth that you are, giving yourself. And it's suddenly you just realize that, oh, okay, maybe I should, require more from others, from friends especially, or, the projects that you have, your place in the community, because Saturn is in your 11th house. Because it's the second and eighth house axis, it can really be also a shared, project that you have with your partner, or someone that is really close to you, and you have, a business with, for example, and their financial situation had, an impact on, maybe on you. You are able to realize this. And now Saturn is asking both of you to, for something fair, for something that is like, also deserve your own, worth, as much as they deserve their own worth. And so yeah, it's able as well to cut toxicity out of a situation, if, it happens to have some of that. And so yeah, it's very good to just be able to project both of you in the future, because of uh, now a more fair situation. And each of you have, having their own self-worth way more, in a way more healthy way now. For the sign of Gemini, it's of course in your own sign. So it's gonna be very much about you and a partner, and how you envision your, long-term future together, with Saturn in the 10th house. So yeah, it's really, who am I reflected in the eyes of the other person, especially because Mars is there. It can be like you feel like, the partnership is having like a forward motion, right? And so Saturn is making sure that if it's good, then, you're able to move forward together, uh, because yeah, you feel like it's solid enough. And yeah, it proved itself enough. The situation proved itself enough that you are now confident in this bond. Uh, if not, and if Mars is actually acting as like fighting, or then Saturn is gonna make sure that you realize, okay, for on the long term this is not possible, and either like deal with the situation, or just cutting things that are not beneficial for the both of you. So that's going to be very good. And if it's in a partner professional partnership, then same thing. It's either your business is taken off, and you feel like, we worked so much for this. Now Saturn, you can see how it brings the whole partnership and the whole business to another level, which is like way better. And if not, then maybe you can see how you need to shift the energy and the all the efforts to another level. You need to just get rid of uh, the used energy for nothing, and focus on you because it's in your first house. And so you're really refining who you are in this process as well. It makes you realize your own identity, and because reflected in the eyes of the other, and who you want to become on the long term. So that's going to be a very, very good full moon for you. For cancers, cancer is gonna happen in the full moon is gonna happen in your 12th house. So because there's so much activity with your sixth house at the moment, it's really about how you live your own, day-to-day life, your own routine. Is it healthy enough? That's what Saturn is asking you. And because there is a focus on the 12th house, it's really about preparing you for next month, yeah, where the full moon is going to be in your sign, where are you do you feel like you honoring your spirituality enough, especially with the Saturn in the ninth house? He's really asking to maybe get rid of certain beliefs, pattern, maybe thoughts as well, that are negative. And you know with the sixth house, it's like, do you feed yourself? Do you nourish yourself, in a very healthy way? Are you exercising, enough? Because Mars is here, it gives you that energy. But Saturn makes sure that it's more than just, oh, I exercise a little. And no, it's like, what, my view on life and what I consider beneficial, then I want to become wiser. I want to become a wiser person in what I give my energy to, and what I let enter into my life. So that ninth house, instead of just blocking yourself from I thought people were like this, but now I realize that I cannot trust people. That's the really the negative side of Saturn in the ninth house. It's really like becoming more close-minded than before. But if you really use this Saturn well in the ninth house, then it's really about becoming very diligent in maybe a new religion that you have, or your own religion, or it's just like the sense of devotion to your spirituality is becoming stronger. So it's very good for you to have like even a schedule for spirituality, literally. So giving yourself that amount of time during the day. So that's the sixth house for meditation, yoga, or like I don't know, even like learning the a language that you love right now. You can feel how you need to give it space, you need to give it time. And Saturn can show you, actually, if you have been diligent, a very like a step up. You feel like, oh wow, I can speak that language so much more now easily, or I can feel myself being so much more flexible than usual. And so yeah, you will see how Saturn works in a beneficial way for you if you have put in the work. If you haven't, then it's time to do so. For the sign of Leo, it's happening in your 11th house. So it's really about a friend or friends, your place in a specific group that is lit up now. And Saturn, squaring up to this full moon is helping you, get rid of maybe the entanglement that you may had within this certain group, and so you are able to that much more separate what your own passions are, in your fifth house, the Sagittarius house, from your friends. So it's really about detaching maybe influence. It doesn't mean that, it was toxic influence, not at all, but it's really about reinforcing your own uniqueness within this group, and not having cutting any bad influence, or not feeling that you are honoring your own place within this group, or that you have time to enjoy who you really are or your passion. And so it's a really like quick realization that you will solve with this full moon. For Virgos, this full moon is happening in your 10th house. So it's a quick realization about your place within the public eye, and how you are seen, and what you want to create for your lifetime, the legacy that you want to leave. And so Saturn in the 7th house is showing you the need to connect with the proper people, to actually reach this dream of yours, and what you want to leave behind. So it can really be a shift within your career. You can feel like, oh wow, I've actually now, yeah, I just, it's like a goal check. It's like, wow, I've reached this level. And especially if you have been using Saturn in the proper way. So it's, again, connecting with the right people, and asking more within the partnership. It's not just allowing to have close friends, or people to be nice with you, but you don't really feel like you're on the same level. No, it's really about this fairness again in a relationship, especially Saturn in the seventh house. It's really about fairness. It's like given. It's win-win for both sides. And so you can really feel now how this Saturn is actually helping you, reach another level within your career. And you just feel good. You just feel motivated with all this energy in your fourth house, in the house of Sagittarius. You just feel like, damn, I feel, inside, I just want to go get it. I'm just super, motivated for everything now. And I feel like I deserve, with Saturn, I deserve I deserve this place, and I deserve to, connect and to have like great partnerships. So it's really about the also reaching a new level of people that will help you get there in your 10th house of career, and of your own status, that can really benefit from those connections. For Libra, the full moon is happening in your ninth house. So it's really about, it just hits you now how, your day to day life, that's where Saturn is right now in your sixth house, um, is now very much different because of your thoughts. That's the Sagittarius house. And so that makes you open all the possibilities of the mind. That's the ninth house, where Gemini, where the full moon is. And so it's like, you know what? Now I understand how I can have a way better life, a way better, enjoy way more my day to day life with my thoughts. That actually opens up a whole new world to me. And, that opens up so many possibilities of how to live happy in my life on a day-to-day basis. So it's really good to know all the people that have yeah, took the time to work on themselves, and wanted to build a better lifestyle, better routine. With Saturn now, you can really see the rewards and have like a mental. It's not even about synchronicities. It's more like something happens that makes you believe in miracles. Like, and so you can see how all the work that you have, put in, your daily work, literally, or your daily routine. Now you can feel how, wow, and my thoughts added to this, and how I want to guide my thoughts, and I want to, just where I lead my thoughts with Mars in the third house. Now it's really like, yeah, I can see how life can be very good and very positive as well. But like, I own something now. I feel like I master way more. I have way more control of my day-to-day life. That is actually, you can see how it's gonna get better and better and better. Saturn for the next 3 years, and next 2 years, 3 years, is really gonna help you, yeah, reshape all of your daily life. And I think you really really enjoy what's coming for you in the next month. You feel like literally your daily life is about to change right now, and it feels very good. So yeah, just for you, it's really about opening your mind to, just new concepts of life and what's possible in your life, and just with the power of the mind and positive thoughts. For Scorpio, the full moon is actually happening in the eighth house, so it's your house. Uh, it's really about understanding how now it's like becoming aware of your passions. So Saturn in the fifth house, and honoring your passions and making them real, and how you want to be loved. Really much the It's like you're building a tiny, structure around your heart that you want to. It's like, you know what, this is what I deserve now, and I'm not gonna take anything less than this. And my passions, I need to, I really need to give it time, and I need to, yeah, honor what I'm good at, and honor my light, which, for Scorpio, the concept of light is a little bit hard, but yeah, it's pretty much about now just, yeah, owning this light, and actually seeing how you can share it with a partner that you really trust. So it's really about the trust that you will find in someone now that you have, understood what you are worth in love, in this fifth house. So yeah, you have a lot of energy in the Sagittarius house, in the second house. So your own self-worth, how you value yourself. And so you feel like you are gaining, momentum in this, and yeah, in your confidence. And so now it's been reflected in this full moon with, the proof from a close partner. So it can be, your business partner, or partner, your plus one, or a very close friend of yours, and how it's going to be a very good time for you to. It's like a checkup. It's like, wow, this is how that person respects me, or this is how I can trust this person. And I really think it's going to be a good time for you. And if you cannot trust someone, then, Scorpio, then done. So you don't need to worry about this at all. But it's gonna be a very good time for you to see, who you let enter your heart now. And so that structure around your heart is gonna be very beneficial for the coming weeks, months, and even years to come. So that's super nice. Sagittarius, the full moon is happening in your seventh house, so this is going to be a very important time for you, for sure. Saturn in your fourth house makes you become more mature it makes you, it's working on, you know make you become a person that is like strong on the inside. uh Maybe, you may have felt lonely, but now it's like, what I actually love that, no sense of loneliness. Maybe it's not loneliness, of course, if you are, have a family, or, in a relationship. It's more about like honoring your, just your me time, and valuing this that much more, that can actually really benefit your relationship, and your sense of belonging, because you honor your own safe space. You have found that, it's important to have that moment for you to be an even better partner. If you feel like that partner may not be mature enough, then Saturn is gonna show it to you, and you will just have the insight, the instant, like, well, you know what? Actually, I'm a very mature person, and this doesn't resonate with me anymore. So it's really like a nice checkup in this area of your life. But I really think that you will really enjoy it, because it just gives you this strength to move forward, and to you feel like the time you are spending now, in your life and in your own environment at home, it's precious, and so you understand the value that you possess at home and within your own skin. Saturn is very good for this. Maturity level, is going up. The coming years for you are going to be so good, with the whole feeling okay, just not needing anyone. So all the feelings of neediness, it's just done. You don't need anyone, and when you don't need anyone, then the relationships and the partnerships are even better than before. So it's going to be a very nice time for you to analyze all of this. For the Capricorn, this full moon is happening in your sixth house. So this is the house of your daily life, your daily routine, how you take care of yourself on a daily basis. And so, because it squares up to Saturn, that happens in your third house, you really understand how the way you talk with people, the way you speak, the energy you spend like talking with people, um, you know less is more. So connecting less but better, having maybe more stable thoughts. uh, Negative thoughts would be not such a good way of using Saturn. But if you have done the work of like, no, I want to have like, I want to think seriously, I don't want to gossip, I don't want to, no, yeah, I just want to have like thoughts that are honoring my own self, not like, yeah, dissing other people or whatever. Just like have nice thoughts. Also think long-term thoughts, and have a sense of maturity in what you want to project to people, the way you communicate, having a more yeah, gentle speech, not gentle, but like more composed speech can be very beneficial. And you can feel it in your day-to-day work, where now it's like, oh wow, you have such a nice presence and nice speech, that we actually are gonna, we show it to you that we trust you with your words. And the power of words is like, you really, you are able to see the power of your words right now so much more. And yeah, so it has a good effect. You can see the effect that it has on your own daily work, but also your daily life. So your health routine, and how, like, for example, every uh, info that you have gathered for, I don't know, how you take care of naturally of your liver, or whatever. And then because you have gathered so much info, then you are able to implement them on the yeah on your health situation. So the sixth house, and you are able to see the shift there and to get conscious of, oh wow, I'm actually I'm gonna keep on doing this because it gives like nice results to what I'm doing on a daily basis. For Aquarius, this full moon is happening in your fifth house, and so it's really about, what makes you feel like, "Ah, I love to do this. I'm so passionate about this. I feel like, oh, this is so me." It makes your heart explode, right? It makes your heart like really like feel fulfilled. And so you will have like that realization of what is actually something that you really love to do. But because Saturn is in the second house, there have might be some, you might have had some restriction when it comes to finances. And so when you actually structured a budget, Saturn is just here to makes you understand how like it's good for you to structure your expenses. So the money you spend it well, spend it like on things that you actually adore, because you need to treat yourself, but you also need to do it in a not a not don't overspend, right? And so this is really a time where you're able to see how you also need to honor your passions, and something that feeds your soul, that it's not related to work or whatever. You need to find that nice balance of okay, maybe some now it's like a little bit tight on money, but treating yourself still is very important for your own self-worth, and because you deserve it. And so you're showing yourself that, you know what, yeah, I worked hard for this money, but now I actually need to spend it also for me, and I want to spend it on something special. So not just like, yeah, whatever. I just like it, and it's a passion with like within like so many other passions. No, now it's more about like, oh, you know what? I love to do it, and now this money that is precious to me, I feel like I should also honor this that is precious to me. One of my passion, it can also relate to children, and so maybe you have some, money to spend for them, but you feel like this is really something that is going to be very beneficial for them. So yeah, it's all going to be about your own self-worth and how you relate to your passion that you need to honor as well. Finally, Pisces, this is happening in your fourth house. So it's going to be about your home environment. It's going to be about your family of origin, how you feel good within your own skin. And so now Saturn is transiting actually your sign, and it requires you to become someone different. And even with your own appearance, you feel like you need to show up as someone when you're presenting yourself to the world. You need to show up as someone that is like not that is an adult now, and now you feel it in the position you have within your own home, at home with your own family, or even with your own parents or family of origin. You can see now how, oh wow, my situation, how they see me, how they view me, or how I see them. Now it just shifted, like for example, feeling like you have become your own like parent. So you meet up with your family, and now you see your own parents very differently, because you see them as not equal, but you see them with the eyes of an adult now, not like a child anymore. Or even with your own family, you feel a sense of responsibility way more, and now you are able to analyze that, to see this so much more now. So it's a very good time for you to, yeah, just be aware of uh, what you bring to the home front, uh, what's happening within the home, and how you feel in your own skin. Yeah, it just hits you now like, oh. I've stepped up now. It's good. I'm on the right path for me, and yeah, your home, the people in your family, or people from the past, or good old friends, or will be able to reflect your new found maturity, which is very good at this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Nadia, as well, for inviting me back on this channel. I'm very grateful for it. And I will see you in the next full moon guidance in the sign of Cancer. And so have a great, great full moon and see you next month. Take care of you. Bye.